Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces a comprehensive economic package of 20 lakh crore rupees, says package for farmers, labourers, middle class, cottage industry and MSME among others. PM gives a clarion call for a self-reliant India, lays down 5 pillars of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to outline the details of economic package today at 4 p.m. Prime Minister says lockdown 4.0 will have completely different contours with new set of rules incorporating suggestions from states, says details will be shared before the 18th of May. Railways begins passenger train services on 15 selected routes, 9 special trains to run today. Tickets only on IRCTC website and mobile app. Only confirmed ticket holders allowed at railway stations. Shramik trains continue to ferry migrant labourers and stranded passengers home. Vande Bharat Mission continues to bring home stranded Indians from various countries. 8,503 Indians returned from abroad in 43 flights in 6 days. The second phase of the mission will be launched from the 16th to the 22nd of May to bring back Indians from 31 countries. Active COVID-19 cases across the nation rise to 47,480 with 24,385 recoveries and 2,415 fatalities. Global confirmed cases reach 42.6 lakh and death toll crosses 2.91 lakh. Russia confirms 2,32,000 cases, second highest in the world after the US. Hello and welcome. You're watching DD India and DD News with me, Munman Bhattacharya. Our top story: in a big push to revive the COVID-hit economy, Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday announced a massive new financial incentives on top of the previously announced packages for a combined relief of 20 lakh crore rupees. In his address to the nation, PM Modi said that the coronavirus crisis has provided India an opportunity to become self-reliant and emerge as the best in the world. The Prime Minister also said that there will be a fourth phase of the lockdown, which will be very different from the earlier 3 phases. The third phase of the 54-day lockdown is scheduled to end on the 17th of May. About the financial package, the Prime Minister said that it will be around 10% of GDP and it will play an important role in the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan.
मैं आज एक विशेष आर्थिक पैकेज की घोषणा कर रहा हूं। हाल में सरकार ने कोरोना संकट से जुड़ी जो आर्थिक घोषणाएं की थी, जो रिजर्व बैंक के फैसले थे और आज जिस आर्थिक पैकेज का ऐलान हो रहा है, उसे जोड़ दें तो ये करीब करीब 20 लाख करोड़ रुपए का है। इन सबके जरिए देश के विभिन्न वर्गों को आर्थिक व्यवस्था की कड़ियों को 20 लाख करोड़ रुपए का संबल मिलेगा, सपोर्ट मिलेगा। 20 लाख करोड़ रुपए का एक पैकेज 2020 में देश की विकास यात्रा को 20 लाख 2020 में आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान को एक नई गति देगा।
Prime Minister added that the package will strengthen industry at all levels, right from cottage industries to MSMEs. The roadmap to the mega economic package will be announced by the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today at 4 p.m. in the evening.
आत्मनिर्भर भारत के संकल्प को सिद्ध करने के लिए इस पैकेज में लैंड, लेबर, लिक्विडिटी और लॉज सभी पर बल दिया गया है। ये आर्थिक पैकेज हमारे कुटीर उद्योग, गृह उद्योग, हमारे लघु मंझोले उद्योग, हमारे एमएसएमई के लिए हैं, जो करोड़ों लोगों की आजीविका का साधन है, जो आत्मनिर्भर भारत के हमारे संकल्प का मजबूत आधार है।
The Indian Railways has announced that the special Shramik trains will now run from Old Delhi Railway Station. 3 trains for Bihar's Bhagalpur, Darbhanga and Barauni will run today, and a total of 542 Shramik special trains have been operated by the railways since the 1st of May, taking over 6 lakh workers to their homes. Meanwhile, the Indian Railways has partially resumed the operation of passenger train services on Tuesday on 15 select routes. The tickets for these trains are available only on the IRCTC website or mobile app. The Railways further urged all passengers to follow all the precautionary measures, including social distancing, throughout their travel. Only passengers who are found asymptomatic will be permitted to travel. On arrival at their destination, the passengers will have to follow all health protocols decided by the state. A total of 9 passenger trains will run for passenger rail service and that's going to take place on selected 15 routes by the Indian Railways today. And here are the routes before you. We'll put that out. New Delhi to Howrah is one route. New Delhi to Rajendra Nagar Patna is another route. New Delhi to Jammu, New Delhi to Thiruvananthapuram, New Delhi to Chennai Central, New Delhi to Ranchi, New Delhi to Mumbai Central, New Delhi to Ahmedabad. And passenger trains will run from Bhubaneswar towards New Delhi. 8,503 Indians have been flown back to India in 43 inbound flights operated by Air India and Air India Express under Vande Bharat Mission in 6 days beginning the 7th of May. On the 7th day of the Vande Bharat Mission today, about 900 stranded Indians will be brought back from the Gulf countries via 5 flights. More than 425 passengers are getting ready to board the special flight to Delhi and Amritsar from Dubai Airport today. Now, according to sources in the Ministry of External Affairs, the second phase of this mission will be launched from the 16th to the 22nd of May, and it will bring back Indians from 31 countries. 149 flights, including feeder flights, will be operated. Under phase 2 of Vande Bharat Mission, stranded Indians in the United States of America will fly back on 7 special flights starting the 19th of May. Flights from Russia, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Germany, Netherlands, France, Spain and Thailand have been added to the list of countries in phase 1. Under phase 1 of the Vande Bharat mission, hundreds of Indians, including the elderly and pregnant women from Gulf countries, will be flown back to the country. Let's take a look at it.
Day 7 of the Vande Bharat mission. And once again, 5 flights are scheduled from the various countries of the Gulf. The much-awaited flight to Delhi will be taking off today with 241 distressed Indians and 4 infants. Another flight to Delhi, which was also scheduled to take off today, has been postponed to tomorrow for operational reasons. 178 passengers are also scheduled to fly back to Amritsar from Dubai this afternoon. In Saudi Arabia, 149 people will be flying out to Calicut from Jeddah. Kuwait also has 2 scheduled flights today, one to Kozhikode and the other to Ahmedabad. Both the flights together will carry approximately 330 people. Priority is being given to workers in distress, elderly people, urgent medical cases, pregnant women, and others stranded in difficult situation. Only those who are found asymptomatic will be allowed to board the flight.
Under the Vande Bharat mission, 324 passengers arrived at the Chennai International Airport last night and this morning. An Air India Express flight carrying 183 Indians stranded in Oman arrived from Muscat last night. The 183 passengers included 27 children and 50 women. Another flight carrying 141 passengers from Chicago landed this morning, and officials of the Airports Authority of India, Air India and the Tamil Nadu government received the passengers at the Chennai airport with special preparations. Staff from the health department collected swab samples to test for COVID-19 before they left the airport. Passengers were then taken in buses to specially set up quarantine centers at a nearby educational institution where Arrangements have been made for them to stay for 2 weeks. Let's now take a look at the latest update on COVID-19 as far as India is concerned, and the total number of confirmed cases in the country have risen to 74,281, which include 47,480 active cases. 24,385 people have recovered from the illness and have been discharged as well, and 2,415 have succumbed. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Delhi have contributed to more than 50% of the total number of confirmed cases in the country. The Jammu and Kashmir administration has launched a web portal to help its residents stranded in other parts of the country due to novel coronavirus-induced lockdown. The portal jkmonitoring.nic.in gives updates to those registered and also allows a person to check the application status of facilitating the journey back home. In addition to the web portal, a dedicated 24/7 COVID-19 helpline, which is 019124666988, has been launched. People can get information on arrangements made for their movement, to have regulated arrival, to enable testing and to control the spread of COVID-19. The portal allows the government to issue authorization for travel to individuals and groups as per capacity. The portal has received over 2,156 hits in a span of 2 hours, with almost 50% for downloading the authorization by the government of Jammu and Kashmir. Creating fake news during corona times is unacceptable, and due diligence must be maintained while taking any information from various social media platforms. We get you two fact checks today, and the first one claimed a so-called 3-week 5-phase roadmap purportedly made by the government to ease COVID-19 restrictions is being circulated on WhatsApp. The truth, however, is that this roadmap is not made by the Indian government but by that of some other country. The second is related to a claim spreading through a message that the government of India has announced a relief scheme for the artists affected due to COVID-19 and asked to email their details to the given ID. This is a lie, and it has been clarified by the Sangeet Natak Academy, Ministry of Culture, that they are not running any such scheme. In Union Territory Ladakh, a mathematics teacher from Leh is inspiring the country's fight against COVID-19. Daily, at least a video and a live online class in the afternoon are his routine, along with prayers in the holy month of Ramzan. A young Leh maths teacher, Kifayat Hussain, is following this daily routine for the last 1 month. However, from the 4th of May, his routine shifted from containment village to isolation ward in COVID-19 hospital as he tested positive as far as COVID-19 is concerned. And Kifayat, working in a Lambden school in Leh, is popular among his peers and students with his online maths classes. As a responsible and caring teacher, he got himself tested for COVID-19 before the end of the second lockdown, expecting schools to reopen. After tested positive, Kifayat is shifted to COVID-19 hospital in Leh. However, he did not allow disappointment and isolation ward to come in. He sought permission from authorities and the school to continue with his routine of classes.
मेरे लिए तो खाली जगह चेंज हुआ है सर, लेकिन रूटीन तो सेम वही रहा सर। यहाँ से खाली वहाँ चेकअप नहीं होता था, वहाँ पे मतलब वही टाइम में वहाँ घर में भी यूज करता था सर, अब यहाँ पे भी वही टाइम यूज कर रहा हूँ सर। फर्स्ट 2 days में थोड़ा बहुत मैंने दूसरों की फेस पे भी थोड़ा डिप्रेशन जैसा लगा सर। अभी जब मैं वीडियो चला रहा हूँ तो बाकियों में भी काफी इंस्पिरेशन आ गया सर। अब मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई डिप्रेशन में सर, हर कोई मतलब खुश है सर। नर्सेस, डॉक्टर्स, इनका वे ऑफ मतलब बिहेवियर, उनका बहुत अच्छा बिहेवियर है सर। उस वजह से मुझे नहीं लगता कोई रिकवर नहीं होगा, 100% हर कोई रिकवर हो जाएगा सर।
That's a story of grit and determination of someone who's getting treated as far as COVID-19 is concerned. And international news now, coronavirus has now killed over 2.91 lakh people, while over 42.61 lakh people are confirmed to have been infected worldwide. The world's worst hit US with over 13.67 lakh infections and over 82,000 deaths seems to be coping up speedily, with many states and it began opening up in recent days, but the experts say that the virus is not fully under control. President Donald Trump, who is desperately seeking to reboot the economy ahead of the November election, said that the U.S. was making tremendous strides in ramping up testing, and the number of virus infections is coming down very rapidly. The epicenter of the outbreak in the United States, New York City. People are mostly indoors for the past 2 months. City mayor has said that restrictions on social life and non-essential businesses will likely remain in place until next month, as Governor Andrew Cuomo announced that 3 regions in New York State could start reopening their economies this weekend. Cuomo also called on the U.S. Congress to craft a federal stimulus package that funds police officers, teachers and other employees of states in spite of giving it to executives and big companies. Meanwhile, the virus has gained a foothold in the White House over the weekend. One of the infected is Vice President Mike Pence's press secretary, Katie Miller, and thus Pence is keeping his distance from President Donald Trump for a few days. A personal military wallet to the president was earlier tested positive. The New Development Bank of the BRICS countries has fully disbursed $1 billion emergency assistance loan to India to help it contain the spread of COVID-19 and reduce human, social and economic losses caused by the coronavirus pandemic. The emergency assistance program loan to India was approved by the NDB Board of Directors on the 30th of April and is aimed at supporting the Indian government to contain the spread of COVID-19 and reduce human, social and economic losses caused by coronavirus outbreak. The program's scope of financing includes healthcare sector, emergency response and strengthening social safety net for expenditures already incurred since the 1st of January 2020 and the expected public expenditures for onward transmission containment and social safety net associated with COVID-19 up to the March of 2021. The Shanghai-based New Development Bank was established by the BRICS countries in 2014 and is headed by veteran Indian banker K.V. Kamath. The World Health Organization has said that some treatments appear to be limiting the severity or length of the COVID-19 disease and that it was focusing on learning more about 4 or 5 of the most promising ones. WHO said that coronaviruses in general as very tricky viruses that are difficult to produce vaccines against. Over 100 potential COVID-19 vaccines are being developed, including several clinical trials. The WHO said in April a vaccine would take at least 12 months. Deaths from the COVID-19 pandemic in Italy climbed by 172 on Tuesday, with the daily tally of new cases doubling to 1,402. However, the rise in new cases was partly due to late reporting by the hard-hit Lombardy region, with the official death toll now standing at 30,911, the highest at number 3, so the third highest in the world after those of the United States and Britain. Meanwhile, as schools in Italy plan to stay shuttered for the rest of the academic year, Italian Prime Minister hoped that they might open in September in the best possible way. In the meantime, at Rome's Basilica of Santa Maria, chairs were placed 1 meter apart ahead of masses being allowed to resume from the 18th of May after Italy's government and Roman Catholic bishops signed an agreement ending a standoff. France's death toll from the coronavirus rose by 348 to 26,994 on Tuesday, overtaking Spain to become the country with the world's 4th highest number of fatalities after the United States, Britain and Italy. Official data showed France's coronavirus casualty rate trailing Spain's closely for several weeks. On the second day after the loosening of a strict nationwide lockdown to curb the spread of coronavirus contagion, President Emmanuel Macron's government reiterated that it was ready to tighten restrictions again if necessary. The French government is also keeping popular Paris parks closed despite calls from Mayor Anne Hidalgo to open them up to give Parisians more space. However, the loosening of the lockdown restrictions, French schools started to reopen their doors to pupils after a strict 8-week lockdown and the easing of rules, with the French authorities issuing a 54-page sanitary protocol for cities and schools to comply with before reopening. Pupils of schools in Paris and the southern France city of Nice had to observe new rules queue 1 meter away from each other before entering class, but also wash hands regularly and sit at a distance from each other. But in other parts of France, mayors have decided to postpone the reopening of the schools later in the following weeks. Others will keep them closed until further notice. Let's now take a look at some other worldwide updates. U.S. Supreme Court justices appear to be divided over whether President Donald Trump be allowed to keep his financial records secret. Two congressional committees and New York prosecutors demand the release of his tax returns and other information. A ruling is expected within weeks. Unlike other recent precedents, Trump has refused to release his tax returns, and a decision against him could result in his personal financial information becoming public in the campaign season. Experts say the ruling will have far-reaching implications for the ability of the U.S. Congress to scrutinize the activities of sitting presidents and of prosecutors to investigate them. Well, the Indian Council of Cultural Relations released a song as the world is struggling to fight COVID-19 pandemic. Listen to that song and we'll leave you with that. Up next is Doctors Speak. Stay tuned for that.
As you roll across every nation,
a fear so strong, yet life will